Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 277. I am B.
Chick.
And I'm Ryan.
2024. We're here, boys.
We're here,
We're
baby.
here.
We made it.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
You're
I'm
doing.
doing good, but, rough week.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get into it, or
I mean, I lost someone very close to me, near and dear, on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
we'll leave it at that? You want any more information? You just text Tommy.
Yes.
All right. Aside from that, how was everybody's holiday season?
Good. Yeah. Pretty uneventful,
Yeah.
all things considered.
Same here.
I had some family in from out of state, which kind of sparked things up a little, which was nice. My brother came from Florida with my nephews and his wife. So we had the first Christmas with like all the kids and everybody together in years. It might have been the first Christmas we ever had with all the nephews together for one.
Oh, wow. Okay. So,
So it was fun. It was nice. And then, but a couple of them got sick. So some plans that we had got a little skewed. But we did wind up also going with my family from Georgia that came in later in the week. We went to see the Christmas Spectacular.
Yeah.
The Rockettes.
Yes.
Fantastic show.
Yeah, I haven't been since I was a kid.
good show.
Do you guys remember anything about it?
I was there last year, yeah.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I remember there's like a nativity
They
aspect
had
to it.
the nativity thing was actually really cool that they
Yeah.
did.
You know what my favorite part of it is?
Rockettes.
No. Rockettes.
The girls, I could watch them
No.
dancing and strutting this stuff.
No,
all
no,
day
no, no,
long.
no. To me, it's when those soldiers fall on top of each other.
I was actually just going to bring that up too.
Everybody talks about the Rockettes.
Yeah.
Good. You could kick your leg.
No, I
Those
love those
soldiers
girls.
falling back into each other.
My issue with the soldiers,
Oh,
I
God,
thought it was awesome what they did. Now, if you haven't seen it recently, it takes forever for them to do it.
yeah.
But they do is like, how many of them you think? 50, 60?
Enough to fill the whole. The soldiers
stage.
line up in the whole stage in a row.
And they do like a domino effect.
Yeah.
But they do it where like I was looking at it, they lean forward and cuff their arms in front of the person, like hug them in front of them. Interlocked, and then they fall straight back. The first person, I feel like, I don't know if they have it the best or the worst
Yeah.
because you're down there the longest. But it takes it was like 10 minutes. I felt like,
It's a long tumble.
and it's one by one by one. It was actually really cool.
It looks so cool.
Yeah,
To
it
me,
does
it's
look
so
good,
much
yeah.
better than the Rockettes swinging the
I
legs.
forgot all about
It's
that.
better than the Rockette, like talent wise. I mean, I don't even want to say talent because the Rockettes are fucking awesome.
No,
I could just
they're
watch those
talented.
little girls just fucking strut their stuff all day long. It's a beautiful thing.
What do those soldiers do with the rest of their year? Like, what is
They
their job?
practice. That's all you do. They fall on each other and
But
waiting.
that's not a sustainable career. Like,
No, I would imagine
dancers. Like, what else are they doing during the
they
show?
have to be people who are doing plays and
They're just
theater.
working actors. Like, trying
Yeah,
to get,
that's what I would guess that they're working actors.
trying to get a gig.
Yeah, just
I
getting
would
anything.
imagine getting this gig
It's
to be
big
a
for
soldier.
your resume.
Big time. Big time. There's people that are probably. I guarantee there's soldiers that like they can't get them off the line.
You think so?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet you. I bet you
Old
there's
soldiers been there.
Old
I mean,
soldiers.
if you're in a play and you want to put down that, in my I was in the Christmas Spectacular. Like that's a pretty good look, I would
Yeah.
imagine. So it's a huge cast, though. It's got to be 300 people.
yeah, camels.
Camels, yeah, they have real animals going across.
Santa Claus is there too, but like
Santa's
he's
like
secondary.
Yeah. He's not a big part.
he's
of it.
like the narrator of the whole thing. But
So when were the Rockettes they used to be like a really specific height. You have to be. They ought to be within like 2 inches of each other.
I
Like,
would
you couldn't
imagine,
get it to be a
because
rocket.
things look, they have to
think
look
it's still that way.
symmetrically. Yeah, I think it's still that way. I was shocked. I will say this, in today's world, it was all white, except one or two black girls, but it sticks out like a sore thumb in that. And I was like, you would think in today's day it would have been like more diverse, unless there was a
think
lot
about
of
that.
Spanish and like Asians who from far you can't really tell.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you didn't have good
Hard to
seats.
tell.
Well, we weren't. They weren't. My eyes are terrible. Yeah, we were all right. We
It
were in the
could've been-
lower level though. We were in the
Could have been
orchestra.
completely different.
I just
but-
think that kick line thing, like when you're in school, there's cheerleading and then there's dance line and kick line.
Yeah.
And I always think like,
What about the step
what is
team?
what
Did
is
you guys
your
have
what
that?
is your hope like when you're joining that, like for those girls, like what are you hoping to be? Cheerleaders, like, okay, who are you trying to be, like for a football team, like
I think some of those things are just more extracurricular. I don't know if there is.
right, but then some of them get crazy. Like there's crazy
some of them.
competitions. There's you go to college and you do cheer in college, and it's like maybe some of them are trying to make a career out of it. Some of them are just doing it because it's fun to do while they're going to school.
No, I agree with you. I don't know whether like how big the like, what are they considered, entertainers?
Yeah,
I
just think that form of extracurricular activity in school just is more of a white thing. I think like if it was more like cheerleaders are like fun because it's very like it's not a lot of rhythm to it. It's a lot of like
Oh,
straight
yeah,
up. It's
you're
not
right.
fun. It's not a fun way to like
It's
dance.
not. It's
the-
boring.
yeah, like black
It's
people
annoying,
and Hispanic
to be
people,
quite
they want to
frank.
like I want to like dance. I want to like
Yeah,
do
I
fun
want to
stuff.
throw some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
I have rhythm. I would like to use it.
I would like to
You're
use my
explaining
rhythm.
the plot of that cheerleading movie. What the hell is it called?
Oh, bring it on.
Bring It On. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like a black cheerleading squad against the white squad, and they got spice.
And doesn't the white squad steal the black squad's like cheer or routine?
Of course
or
they
something?
do. That's what they're
Because they
famous.
gotta get. Yeah, the white people just steal culture.
Yeah. Listen, I think 90% of those cheerleaders are only doing it because it's like a social thing.
Yeah.
I think that's most of it.
There's plenty of-
Maybe out of the whole group, maybe you have one or two that are like, all right, this is something that I would say even you'd lucky if you get one person in a cheerleading group or a kick line that's like, I want to do this
Yeah,
professionally.
And the same could be said for kids in high school playing sports.
well,
a lot of kids are
no.
playing sports that don't think they're going to make it.
no,
99%.
but they all think they're gonna make it.
Really? You think
Yeah,
Do
they're-
they though? I
mostly.
feel like it's a kid's dream. Once you get to high school, you're hit with a brutal.
And you'll
like,
play.
You know that I can have fun now,
Yeah.
maybe college, and then it's done.
Yeah, but you go in thinking like I
Go
don't know.
into it, and then you get hit with real life.
And then
that's when you get your first taste of real life. Like
Yeah.
my dreams aren't attainable.
Yeah,
I
I,
think-
remember that. Mine was in middle, like maybe 9th grade, 10th grade, when I realized, like, oh, that's right, I'm not going to be a baseball player.
Yeah.
When
Up
I
until then, I thought I was just what I was going to do. I was going to play baseball.
I quit every sport. I played everything.
Yeah.
10th grade, I was like, I'm not going pro anywhere. Quit everything and just was like a professional socialite.
And he's
But
a great
that's,
socialite.
That's the thing. Like, you thought, I'm not going to be anything, so why play in high school? There's kids that might think, like, yeah, I'm not going to be anything, but I'd like to play until I can.
I regret it. I regret
Yeah.
quitting football more than anything. But like, yeah, that was my shitty attitude.
Yeah.
Was it's not gonna do anything for me. Like, why do I need it now?
It's good to know you've gotten out of that way of thinking.
Kiss my fucking
I don't know,
ass.
man. I still think I'm gonna make it in some league.
Yeah.
Like I was.
But
for
you're
y-
going the comedy route.
Yeah, I'm going to comedy. But dude, I thought for a long time I was gonna play national basketball, so
Basketball,
NBA.
no
yeah.
less.
Didn't even play high school ball.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know, man. If I keep jumping, maybe I'll dunk.
Did you have a wicked jump shot?
No,
did.
He wasn't good.
No, I was good at basketball. I
I don't ever remember hearing your name ring around the town like B's a good like draft like get B.
Oh, you didn't listen very much then. You were probably out of it at that point.
I probably already turned to drugs by then.
Yeah. Your head
play-
was in the clouds.
Would you play pickup games?
Yeah.
Like, you go to a local court and play pickup games?
With who?
I was trouble on the court, bro.
Trouble. You fucked around and got a triple double.
Yeah. No, I do, but I gave up in high school, obviously, but as we all do.
Yeah.
But no, for a long time I was like I'm gonna go pro. It's just the way it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like I was like I was like, against all odds, Muggsy Bogues. Okay, I'm gonna be a short white guy in the NBA.
Yeah.
That could have happened.
I think you can get one of those things. You can be short or white, but
Yeah,
short
no,
and
you
white.
can't.
Unless you're
Well,
just
who was that one? There was one short white
white
guy.
chocolate, Jason Williams.
Yeah, but he was still 6-something.
Yeah.
He
There
was what,
another
5'11",
guy.
6'1"? Maybe. Well, you're right. He's probably
There was
6'1",
another guy
maybe.
even
Yeah,
shorter.
I would kill to be 6'1".
Muggsy Bogues.
Wasn't he black though?
Yeah. Him
Yeah.
and Spud Webb are both.
Right.
Despite
But
being
there
the
was a
names-
short. There
having
was
the
a
name
shorter
Spud.
white guy in the 90s.
Not that
John
short.
Stockton.
Stockton
Yeah,
was super
Stockton.
short.
But they were all
Stockton.
6 feet short.
But that's still
Even
short.
Stockton was like 6 foot.
Yeah.
You
5'11"?
struck me as shorter. Yeah.
Because
you're
compared
like
to everybody else, they're still midgets.
Yeah. Dude, come on. I would love 5'10", I would take.
yeah.
Those guys are tall to me.
Well, that's why I laugh. So my family, we're all pretty short. And we always used to call my brother like, oh, my brother's a giant. But he's 5'11". And he used to always
Is he?
laugh
I
like...
see.
But he comes off like a bigger guy.
See, I think your brother's like 6'2". Like he just
He is big. Like, he's solid, and he's not fat. He's just like, he's a big boy. And he played footballs, but he's not tall. He's 5'11". But compared to our family, he's always been the giant.
5'11" is a big guy though.
It's not, though,
But it seems big to me.
because we're 5. I'm 5'5". I'm 5'6", I think, on my license. I might have lied.
I don't know how tall I am, to be honest.
Well, we could stand up after this, and then
You
I'll
know-
tell you. I know I'm
Well, you
5.
lied on your.
Yeah, because I know, but I lied.
So what
knowing
are you
how-
really?
I'm like 5'5". Maybe
Like-
a little, because it's like a
He
little
hasn't-
over. No, I don't know the exact. It's a little over 5'5", but I'm under 5'6".
Okay, so I'm supposed to find out my height by that.
You'll know if you're taller than 5'5" or 5'6". That you'll be able to tell.
How tall are you?
I think around 6 foot.
Are you?
Between 5'11"
Are
and
you?
6 foot.
So
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah. I mean, it's
What I
always, I
would've
always say it's
done.
so funny. Like when I'm standing with good posture, I'm like 6 foot, but I never stand like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who stands up unless you're in the army and you're like,
I was just saying at Christmas because I was like, it's so much better for your back to stand with your back straight up, like with good posture.
yeah.
It feels so much better, but you feel like a dick. Like
You feel
yeah.
like you're like better
like,
than everybody.
Yeah, like if you stand like you're supposed to stand, it's like, what do I think I am?
what are you puffing your chest out for?
Sometimes like, I'll be waiting in line somewhere, and I'm like, I gotta stand up straight, and then I gotta kind of just stand, and like it thins you out. Like you look better.
Yeah.
all,
every-
you look
around
all
the
around,
horn.
You look better, but it's still you feel like.
But if you ever walk past somebody that's standing straight, and
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with this asshole?
Yeah.
You
Or
giving me
you
a
think
problem?
I think military whenever I see
Well,
somebody.
there's a breaking point between military and just like having good posture. Like I slouch, so it's
I don't really know if I slouch. I never
you do. Everybody does.
I'm saying I'm sure I do, but I've never been told like, oh, you slouch a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm mostly sitting most of my life.
Yeah.
If you looked up slouch in the dictionary, it might be you.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean, my back obviously, like I think
Well,
my
your back is
my back has gotten a lot better because I lost some weight. So I feel like my back got better. But then, like we were just talking about, that accident a few weeks ago put my back into
Why you should
like,
have went to the doctor. Now you can't do anything about it.
yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's
You
not.
hope.
Yeah, I had
Well-
something. I fell at work a few weeks back, and I
Did
hurt,
you?
hurt
Oh,
I hurt my knee, and I didn't do anything about it because I'm like,
And then you can't.
oh, it'll be fine. Like I fell, I dropped a hand truck full of meat on my leg, and it was like, yeah, it'll be fine. The bruising will go down, but it took, and it feels fine now, but it took a while. I'm like, should I have like filled out a
Well,
report?
that's why they always say to do it just
Yeah.
in case, because
And here's
you don't know how you're gonna feel in a day or two. Sometimes things get worse. Like
Here's
this.
the
Yeah, but
problem.
then I would have to do
Generally speaking, they say car accidents when you first get it, like I guess with your testosterone and like or adrenaline's
Adrenaline.
pumping.
Yeah.
You don't really feel it that much.
Oh,
Like,
no.
no, or not that you don't, but you don't feel it as much. And then the next day you wake up and you're like, I can't move.
Well, I was
So-
shaking for hours with that car accident, but then the next
Yeah,
day I'm like, ugh, like everything because
Yeah.
all your tension, you use all that
That's
tension.
what you don't. Yeah, exactly. It's
So I guess you should always get it on paper just in case.
that's why they say just like so if you wanted to do a workman's comp or something.
My
now you
problem
can't.
is I just after a car accident and driving 6 hours, now I want to
You just wanna
go.
go home.
That's why they give you 24 or 48 hours. To do
Yeah,
it.
maybe, but then I have to be at work and it's over. I have a question for you, because I had to go to the doctor, well, urgent care, I guess, this time of year to get my DOT medical card. Is
Oh
that
yeah,
something
your
you have
yearly
to get?
DOTs. I
Yeah.
did that. I did mine in the spring last year.
So this is a problem for me with It always has been because my blood pressure runs high because of my kidney stuff. Blood pressure always is high, so they will not pass you. And I've been not passed before.
And what do they let you drive?
Dude,
We won't get them in.
no, they know.
about it.
I've been let me. So if you drive a truck, technically you're supposed to have a DOT medical card that says which makes sense.
Yeah,
You're driving a truck.
You're able to drive,
Yeah.
and there's nothing that's going to happen to you.
So
Well,
a couple
hopefully.
years ago, I got one, but they gave me a short one because of my blood pressure. And then I kind of forgot about it. I've been pulled over multiple times. I've had DOT checks where they go under my truck. Never have they asked me for my DOT.
me neither.
They
Never-
never.
never been asked
DOT
for my
card,
card.
I think, is more if something happens, you need to show that you're allowed to drive.
Like if you get in an accident.
Yeah, if you get into an
something.
accident or you
Maybe,
did
but I've had
something.
accidents. I've had everything,
Yeah, I'm
and
just saying.
it's just never been a thing where. And
You're probably breaking the law then.
but we had, and it's from a lot of guys too. It's like they get expired. You just forget about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how often you use yours, but it's
Yeah,
something you
every
have.
2
Are you
years.
up to date?
Every 2 years I got to go get it.
My
Okay.
company
It's like
made it.
Yeah,
like,
my company was like, well, they'll send me a text.
Yes.
But I happen to, it's on my birthday every 2 years, so I kind of know when it's coming.
So that's what ours is. Well, mine comes up the beginning of the year, so it kind of I forgot about it. It was expired, and then I was like, oh, it's like that time to renew. So I'm like, oh shit. So like I get nervous going into these things because I know there's a possibility that I'm not gonna make it. So I push it back. I tell my job the situation. So anyway, last week I go there. I had time off. I'm on a new blood pressure medication. And they raised it a little bit. So I go off. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it. And I go in and I'm sitting in this place for an hour, by the way, which I should have made an appointment. I should have, but like awful time to go. Around the holidays, everybody's sick. So I'm sitting around people just coughing, and I'm still getting over something too. So I'm like at one point I had to leave the room to cough. You know, when everybody was coughing, it was awful. So finally they bring me in there, and my heart is beating. Like I get very nervous, right? And I had $125 I pay. So
you got to pay for it,
what?
too.
Your
Yeah.
company doesn't pay for
Yeah.
it?
they do, but you know, you lay it out. And
Oh
then,
no, my company paid for it. You went there with a thing
Well,
stamped and everything.
yeah, they'll just
I get
reimburse
it. I
me.
know. Yeah, different.
So I go and and right away I feel like I spoke too much. They put the blood pressure cuff on me. I'm like, listen, I run a little high, just so you know. I just want to let you know I run a little high. And like she
It's like,
wasn't.
they're not going to excuse it though. If they're like, if you're like, oh, if as long as you know you run high.
I know. But I'm always like, listen, I
a
get
mess over here today.
I'm like,
Yeah, you are.
I got white coat syndrome. Like I like it goes up with the second I come in here, which is true. And she goes and she does it, and it was a little high, but I feel like it
you
was.
remember your number?
No, she didn't even tell me. But I feel like it was at the point where if I didn't make such a big deal about it, she wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of guys have done this, and they have a little higher blood pressure, and they passed. So I go in. Anyway, the doctor comes in now, do the whole thing, and the doctor's like, all right, your blood pressure is a little high, like you said. I'm going to take it again. And she takes it again. It's high. And I look at her, and I'm like, it's not going to go down, all right? It's not. I started freaking out. But I had seen my doctor a couple of weeks beforehand. So I told her, I was just reach out. My doctor said you can reach out and he'll sign off that I'm under his supervision.
Oh,
And
that's
she's
good.
like, which he did say.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, well, I don't know if that's in the rules, but I could look it up. No problem. So she goes back, and I open a whole new can of worms now. Because she's like, all right, so I found out, turns out since you have a kidney transplant, we need to get your blood and excuse me, we need a whole new set of stuff for you. So I'm like, well, this was never the case before. And she goes, yeah. So I'm like, so now you just made it harder for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you're not going to pass me. You're not even going to give me a temporary. And she goes, no, I'm sorry. So I flipped out. I got up. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, I paid already, which, you know, the job covers, but you still let them know.
Somebody paid.
I was like, I paid $125. I waited here an hour and a half, and now you're not going to do anything. So she's like, we'll reimburse you, sir. and I storm out of there, and then I go wait, and nobody's there. You know, I'm waiting 10 minutes by
After
myself.
your flip out?
Yeah. And there's just a bunch of people with COVID and masks looking at me because they all here. It's a small place, and there's no receptionist. So I'm waiting there, and I'm like, fuck it. And I just leave. I'm like, I'm not getting reimbursed, whatever. So that was that. And
So you have no card right now.
and then yesterday I went. And I loaded up on blood pressure medication. I was popping it. I was taking blood pressure like pot. Like
Yeah. What's the
like
side
he smokes
effects of
pot.
that?
Just like in the morning, I'm like, ugh. Like to the point where like I would get up too fast and I'm like feeling dizzy, you know? I'm like, all right, I think I'm in the right mode.
So were you off?
I was off. Yeah.
You can't work on like that.
Yeah,
so
I happened
great.
to have a paid day off yesterday because, you know, we're dead and I have leftover vacation. So I go in and I'm like, this time, I was debating even say I had a kidney transplant. I'm like, I'm just going to lie and say nothing.
Did you go to a different office?
Went to a different
Yeah,
place. I
okay.
say, I'm done with them. I'm never going into there again.
Yeah.
I go to a different place and I'm like,
Hoping you can go smooth.
dude, let me tell you something. I looked at the place and it right by the door, it said no weapons allowed. And I was like, I think I'm in the right place.
I'm in the right place.
They're not going to be thorough. With
Yeah, they're not going to be thorough. I saw a couple bugs. I'm like, all right, I got out of the neighborhood, you know?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I fucking passed. I got in.
That is amazing to me.
Yeah,
How
so-
one place is by the book, and
Yeah.
then the others is like, fuck them.
Dude, just so this is the other thing where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pass. When you have to do a urine sample, and the place I was going to gives you like the closed like plastic thing, you know, that you open up, and this place I got like a cup, like a plastic cup. Like they're like, all right, just piss in this cup and give it to us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was like a red Solo cup.
tamper all you want.
yeah, do all you want. So I was like, all right,
Yeah, piss in this Solo cup for us.
yeah. So in and out in an hour, and I passed, baby.
Nice.
But whew, it was a stressful week. So very exciting. It's just, you know, it's if I had my health, it'd be so much easier. But
Yeah,
we all
I
got
never worry
something.
about it. I worry about like, do I have my glasses? Because
Yeah.
I passed 1 year without my glasses. I'm like, they do like the quick
the eye test, yeah.
and
Oh, I wouldn't pass.
I was
that.
like, I was kind of like squinting, but I passed. But like, on my license says I'm supposed to wear glasses but my card, my DOT card says I don't wear glasses. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because if you say you do, then you have to wear glasses while you drive.
Yeah.
We had a guy with that situation.
Yeah.
By the
Did
way,
you-
that was the other thing. The eye test.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. You know how the eye test you have to read something like
Yeah.
A, G, C.
you just cheat.
Yeah. No, my eye test was the doctor came in with a pen over here and she goes, "Tell me when you see the pen."
So it was they just did the peripheral. Did they do the whisper
I
test?
shouldn't say. No.
You didn't. This is always to me the weirdest test every time I've gone. I mean, have you never done?
I've never done a
Sure
whisper.
it wasn't just
They did a hearing test, and it was literally like it's
I don't think
so,
I did a hearing test.
Yeah, the last 3 times I think they've done this. It's zero scientific. You know, they literally it's not like a machine. They just they stand in the corner and they just go. And they go, can you repeat that back to me? And I'm like, 1, 2, 3. And like, okay, now you know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
he's like, you could be just saying it as loud as like you don't
You just
don't know how loud you're
yeah,
saying
you don't
it.
know
Like,
how
you can't
loud
control-
you're doing it.
Yeah, it's like
Oh
one
my
person
God.
next that can't whisper. You know, meet somebody who can't whisper. They're like, all right, whisper. I'm gonna like they think
Yeah,
this
they're
is,
still
they think this
talking
is
loud.
whispering.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I've never gotten the whisper. now
I want the whisper test.
I want the whisper
it's so
test.
funny.
I never had any issues with my DOT, but yeah, we were forced to get it. But I almost needed it for the new one. And I called up my last company. I'm like, you guys have my DOT? And they're like, well, the lady we sent it to is she's no longer with us. I said, don't you keep these things on file?
Yeah,
Would
you
she
should
take
take all-
my test with her?
Yeah,
takes all the
like,
pa-
well, you
takes all
can't
the
get into
paperwork
her
with her.
email? Like, what is this?
Yeah, she left the filing cabinet on a hand truck.
All right.
That's kind of
We
where
have
they
no-
left. Luckily, but I didn't get the job, and now
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need a DOT. But it was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
I thought it was mind-boggling to me. I was like, wait, all right, she's gone, but you can't override her. Like she doesn't have a company
Right.
email.
Yeah.
But then I realized when I was using my regular email for that job.
Oh,
So maybe she did have a personal email that everything
Yeah.
got sent.
that's pretty possible. Yeah. Oh God,
And
such
your new
a
job,
nightmare.
you're liking it?
Oh, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm back where I should be.
Sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the phones.
On the phone,
On the
sitting in a
phone, do you do a
chair
lot
for
of cold
9
calling,
hours
or-
a day.
It's not cold calling, but yeah, I'm either receiving calls of people interested or calling people who filled out things online or
Now
whatever.
they do oil and security. Is there
Yeah,
a
security
department?
systems, and then
So
they do.
what are you selling? You're selling.
I'm doing oil, like home heating
Home
and
heating.
alarm systems.
And you do
So,
alarm
yeah, I'm
systems, too.
protecting people. Instead
Yeah.
of killing people with
What a weird-
sugar, now I'm protecting people's
There
families.
he is.
It's what a weird. It's a weird overlap though. For like one business to cover both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I think they started with like heating, and then the alarm started in, I want to say, the 80s.
Yeah, that is weird.
Who knows?
It reminds me of in West Hampton Beach. There's a place on the outside says they sell barbecues and mattresses.
What?
Yeah, it's the two things they sell. Yeah, that's
so
like why?
weird. How
like,
does that happen?
I don't know. It's like
I always
two people
feel
out
like-
of business, and they're like, we're spending too much money on overhead here. We got to combine
We got to combine them.
businesses.
So bizarre.
Yeah,
That is bizarre. But I don't understand either why I don't, but I feel like I don't know. I have no reason they probably were selling one and then just
yeah.
brought
we're
on
in
the
people's
other.
houses. Let's
We're in there
yeah,
anyway.
Let's offer something else.
We probably snuck in for a few oil and like, these people need alarm systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I
Well,
like it.
good.
It's a
I'm
good
glad
fit.
you like it, man. That's
I'm not, battling the environment anymore and the weather,
The
which is
elements.
nice. The elements, yeah. So it's good. I'm so far, and it's a little later for me, so I'm money.
So what'd you do when you were by the Christmas Spectacular? Did you go out to eat first?
So,
Or it was like you had
we
a
were
lot of
gonna
people. You had a lot
go,
of people.
but
So
we were with 17 people.
yeah, it's tough to orchestrate.
That's a lot.
So my part, like I don't
guys
want to say
drive
my
in?
part of the family. No, we took the train.
Ooh, did you get in trouble with the train on the way home?
Why?
Oh, you were early.
Yeah,
So,
why? I was gonna. What happened?
dude, my mom and my sister were out there for the Christmas Spectacular later,
Oh, that's right. You said they were doing the same day.
and another couple of friends, Jen and Noah, were out
Yeah.
there to see a show. Apparently, Penn Station, there was a whole
We
the
went in
trains
through
got,
Grand Central.
yeah, so everybody got messed up.
Have you guys been in Grand Central yet?
Not since they opened it. No, I went there a few years
That
ago before they
one
opened it.
thing
The
that goes
stairs.
up, it's crazy how big it is. That's all I wanted to say about Grand Central.
Yeah.
But no, so we had like 17 of us. So after we went to the play, we went to my uncle. I didn't know you could do this. Got a reservation to get a picture in front of the tree.
Nice.
Really?
And it's pretty cool because they elevate you right above, like you're on like not a platform, but it's, another area. But there's right in front of the tree. You're like right in front of it and you're above the ice. So it was actually like really cool.
Yeah.
And they do
That's great.
3 photos. So we
And
did
everybody.
we did the
it?
one of everybody. We had a lot of people, so it was not what they're normally used to. It was a tight fit. But we did that, and then we did like my part of like our part of the family, and then
Wow.
my cousin's part.
So
How
this
much-
is
I wonder how
everybody
much
they
that
had
is.
for.
And then they wanted to stay, and we did not eat before the show. Like we were gonna eat we were gonna do breakfast before. We wound up not doing it, so we were starving, and we're like, we want to eat. And my parents like, why don't we just go back to Long Island to eat? So me, my brother, and my parent, because we didn't feel like trucking it around the city, whatever. It was like 17.
Yeah, it's a lot with a lot of people.
And where are you gonna sit with 17 people?
Yeah,
I always-
17. Yeah.
If I'm somewhere I'm not normally, I like to eat.
I
where
agree with you.
because I feel like take advantage. But with that many people, it's
And
it's
we've
a
all
headache.
we've all been there to eat, so it's not like it was our first.
Yeah.
But they all wanted to go around stores with my other little cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were like, we had the younger kids; they were hungry. We just came back.
Yeah.
But what I found funny, they don't let you. You're not supposed to take pictures and videos in the play. Is that for all plays and stuff? I mean, I get certain ones, but
Yeah. for the
Plays
most part.
definitely, yeah.
I didn't know the spectacular. You couldn't. I mean, people were
Yeah.
clicking away, but the ushers are like, "Oh, sorry, you can't do that." Like, but it was. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
What's going
No.
on? You right?
No, yeah, I thought I'm a mess over here right now.
It's like kids, pets, and everything.
I hit this before. I almost knocked over that little tree.
He's fidgeting.
Yeah, I know, and I mean it's you'd like one picture, one couple
Yeah.
a second of video.
Oh,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's and they were like strict. But I mean, you've seen plenty of people doing it. But
Yeah, you can
So
get
I
away.
went
I
to
just love how nobody listens.
Yeah. So I went to a museum in Philly, Mueller Museum,
Okay.
and it's like really kind of like a dark. It's a lot of like death stuff, and disease.
That's the kind of
it's
thing
like all
I
about.
would
It's all
like.
about like diseases and
That's
deaths,
what I want to know. How do people die?
plagues. So they have like a wall of skulls, and they tell you like the person's
Real
name.
skulls?
Get
Yeah,
out of here.
person's name if they knew it, their job, like what they died from. They don't have everybody's information or anything, but you can't take any pictures in there. Like
Yeah.
and,
Because it's, I guess, personal. I guess.
yeah, it's like I guess you like
Could be
trying
a
to like,
family or
you
whatever.
show respect to these people. They have
Show
had
respect by putting your skull and label it.
what was the woman's name? The wax lady or something like that. It's like some disease. Like if you die, like you don't decompose the same way people do. So
was
it's like it was like a glass case, and like it's just this woman, and she's not like she's decomposed like old wax sitting there, but it's like she's not. It's not just like bones. She doesn't decompose. It's just
Really?
bones.
That's
yeah.
crazy. See, I would love to see. I'm into dark shit.
I would like
that.
to see that too.
I'd rather see that than the beautiful paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that. I like to see the nice paintings.
No, I'd
yeah,
rather the dark
Yeah, Monique
death.
was like, she's like wanting to go to this place for like 10 years. So we were in Philly. She goes, "Oh, we got to go to this place." So like, that was like
Was it cool,
the number
though?
one spot. Huh?
Was it like? Did you
Yeah,
like
it was cool. Yeah, once I went there, I liked it. It
What was
wasn't-
the most disturbing thing you saw there, you think?
They had like, and they had some things that were just recreations of things, but like life size tumors.
Oh,
and-
really?
Yeah, they had like some
This
pretty
is so
wild
up my
stuff.
alley. I would have loved that.
Yeah, we should go to Philly. Just that I would do.
I hate Philly, but I would because I never
Why do you
been
hate
to.
Philly?
I just hate the people. It's more for sports stuff.
Yeah, I know,
and it
yeah.
just trickles into me hating the people of that city.
Yeah, it's a great city, and it's really not.
But there's a
very
lot of
far-
things I wanna
it's-
see
It's really
there.
not very far away. Like I feel like New
Yeah.
Yorkers don't take advantage of Philly as much because
Yep.
really you can jump right there.
Yes.
you know,
How long of a drive is Philly?
2 hours.
3 hours. Yeah.
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 If you get, if it was an hour and a half outside the city, and I'm really like my best friend when I grew up went to school there, then he got married there, and like I feel like I didn't go see him enough. Like it seemed
Yeah.
like so far then,
Yeah.
but like looking back, I'm like I should have gone to see him. Like
Mm-hmm.
I
I
could
feel
have
like
gone
that
there
would-
once a month, and it wouldn't have been a big, like now I would have gone. I would
Yeah,
have been
3
like
hours is
constantly like, you know, but so they wouldn't let you take pictures in this place. But I was looking at the skulls, and one skull just said it had. I don't even think it had the person's name. It said like unknown, and they like. Some of them, like I said, some of them said the job they had and why they died. It just said unknown, and then it said idiot. on it. Like, this is the skull of an idiot.
Can you imagine that?
Imagine that's you. That would
Yeah.
be my skull.
But it got
Idiot.
me thinking like that.
And
used to
you know, like you're looking if there's a heaven or something, and you're like, yeah, look at my skull. They just labeled me idiot.
yeah.
So
But like that was like a medical term back then. It was like
Well, yeah.
because now it was like, oh, don't be an idiot. But then it was like that comes from
that was
something.
probably autistic
Yeah.
or
yeah,
Down
like the
syndrome. They
R
called
word
them idiots.
was the thing. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, your son is this. But now it's like now to get you should just be like they would tell your mother, yeah, your son's an idiot. It's like and it would be like legitimate. But you look back at it. So the only thing I wanted to take a picture of was that skull
What's
that said
that?
You
idiot.
shoulda did
and I
it.
didn't. So later,
Did the
walk-
skull look different? Did it look like an
no, not
idiot?
really.
No.
They had one skull who said mouth breather. It was a skull of a mouth breather, and I didn't really notice the difference in either. But there was like a huge underbite. One got one jaw, like a huge underbite.
It's a mouth breather.
Now, how old were these skulls? Are we talking like like old? Does it show like the
1800s maybe, I
age?
think. Yeah, they did say that, but
Well,
I don't really.
This
remember.
brings me actually to something I wanted to bring up was if you guys died and you would donate organs or
Yeah. My
would you
license says
donate your
organ.
body for science?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I always say if my organ's going to directly help somebody, yeah, sure, take them. I don't want my body in some science class like the bones. Or like I don't need people propping
yeah.
around me.
I don't want my naked body. You know.
No, I don't even care if I'm dead and naked. I just don't want like
No,
my
but, like,
skull's
do you ever-
just hanging around. I want to be buried or cremated.
Yeah, I want to be cremated, if anything. But.
Yeah.
Like I have no
did you ever
problem
go to
giving all my organs away.
Did
I
you
just
ever go to the bodies exhibit?
no.
I always miss that.
Is
I
that-
I never
that's
even heard of
another
this.
thing I
It's
want
like
to go.
anything be into
Oh
this
my
stuff.
god,
It's-
bodies
was
was
huge.
bodies was incredible.
If you didn't know the bodies exhibit, I don't know where you were hiding.
You could donate your body to science, and some of them went to this bodies exhibit, and like they literally would just like do wild shit to bodies and then put them on display. They had one body where they just sliced it like an inch thin all the way through your body, like in multiple directions. Like they had one body that was like sliced me 1 inch this way,
Like
all the way
art?
through. No, it was like so you could see the layers of the human body. Like they
it was
put
like
you
a
on
textbook bringing it
like-
to life.
Yeah, it's like they literally put somebody on a bandsaw and slice them like a deli meat, and then just and then put it in glass and then separate it so you could walk in between and see like the
Cool
layer of
as
the
shit.
body.
You want to donate your body for that?
I wouldn't care.
I didn't. There was like examples of what you look
Like
like
this
when you're really fat.
I mean, I guess.
like what a fat body looks like. I'm like, I just wouldn't want to be there. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Fuck you.
don't put me in the body of like this is what happens when you eat too many Hostess. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
How
My body would be. This is when you smoke. Fucking. My lungs would be in a fucking. That would be.
This is a podcast body. This is the body of a podcaster.
He's a podcaster.
Podcaster. Also idiot.
Also podcaster / idiot.
So two things I want to mention is first. So we're downstairs. There's like the downstairs part, but you can see upstairs, and then we hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, no pictures allowed." So I'm like, obviously somebody was taking a picture and they caught him. So I'm like, that's why I didn't want to take a picture because I didn't want to be made an example of. So I'm looking up this woman. She's standing like right by where the idiot skull was. I'm like, she was going.
no.
She was
She
like,
thought it was hysterical.
yeah. Everybody
Yeah.
wants that idiot picture. I feel like
They
So-
probably have somebody like looking right there because like some idiot's gonna take a picture of the idiot.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like that's just a setup. Like the idiot skull's a setup. They just do that so they can watch that one person. Like if anybody's gonna take a picture, it's gonna be right there.
It's gonna be that.
We're gonna
It's
catch
gonna be
it.
No.
an idiot. Nobody wants to see, Ted Ironworker. They want to see
Exactly.
the idiot.
Yeah.
And now everybody's looking at this woman, her and a friend, and then the security walks over and he's like, delete the picture. He's like going to your recently deleted, delete that picture.
Wow.
And,
oh,
I'm like-
they're serious.
Yeah, I'm like, that's exactly what I didn't want to be like, oh, sorry. I thought I could get away with it. And then later she was downstairs and she was standing next to one of the signs. There's signs everywhere that says no pictures anywhere. And she looked at it. She goes, oh yeah, there are pictures. There are signs there. And I'm like, she's
Shut
acting,
up,
you
she's
know it.
acting, she's going around the whole place like doing a performance. Like, oh, I guess there are photos. There are pictures,
I
but no
didn't
photos.
see it.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
didn't know this
know.
over here. Like, yeah.
17 signs here. I didn't
had
realize
no
there-
idea. Meanwhile, as soon as you walk in, there's one guy whose only job as you're walking in is say no pictures. So like everybody knows she's putting on a performance. Oh, I had no idea
Oh,
you
it's a
couldn't take
performance.
pictures.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
sure.
that's just they're embarrassed.
For sure, yeah.
And then one thing about like the after you die, like somebody was talking about the David Carradine, the guy who like he
Yeah.
autoerotic asphyxiation died.
Yeah, he choked himself or something, right?
Yeah, he was like naked. He had choking around his genitals and his neck, and he killed himself trying
Very
to.
embarrassing
Yeah.
for the family.
I always
Yeah, right.
that would be the worst. I always feel like imagine dying when you're like jerking off or
Yeah.
you're even taking a shit or just something that is just awful.
Yeah, no. Especially when you have a career of like whatever he did, movies. I don't even know. All I know is
Yeah.
he like hung himself and jerked off.
As I was listening,
That's what he's
I-
most famous. That was his most famous role.
And Dan Soder said they were talking about it on the radio today. And Dan Soder was a guest, and he said something. He said he was having himself a super jerk, like the most extreme. But I was thinking like the only problem I have, like I wouldn't care about dying that way, like whatever, like yeah, I don't want to die that way. But the embarrassment only comes in like you can't defend yourself. You can't, you can't laugh about it. Like if that happened to me, say like you don't die, but like you get caught like autoerotic asphyxiation. Like I would feel better about it if I can come on the podcast like crazy shit happens to me.
Yes.
Like, I would be open about like so I'm like I was choking myself like I don't know I was giving it a shot like maybe like
I was trying it out.
to not be able to talk about it afterwards is the most embarrassing thing.
You're
about
right.
it. Like we said about like if you just embrace your flaws or like just be able to laugh
Yeah.
about it, that puts everything away. But you can't do that. You're dead now, so you can't just go on a podcast and be like, "Man, I killed
Now
myself."
you're known as the
Yeah.
sicko who does
Yeah.
that as opposed to having any sort of excuse.
100. If TMZ had gotten a picture of him doing that, they go
Yeah.
right through the window. Take a picture
Yeah.
of Carradine hanging, jerking, doing the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't die, and then the news breaks.
Yeah.
It's almost better than dying, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah, but, no,
Obviously.
but that's I saw what you mean. But
But
yeah,
you can
it's less
you can
embarrassing.
be like you're like, listen,
yeah. You're like, I know it's crazy, right?
what are you gonna do? All right,
That's my thing.
I've lived a long life.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of women. All right,
Yeah.
they're not doing it for me anymore.
Yeah.
I had to try something else.
Yeah.
God, that's
Just to be able to just laugh about it because anything
so
is
true.
just, yeah.
And if you're again, I don't know why heaven is on my mind, but like if you're dying and like that picture you see as you leave the body and you're just leaving into heaven, you're looking down at your body. Imagine if it's that you're looking at yourself, you're like, oh fuck, no,
Trying to move yourself.
I can explain. I tried it one time.
Just one.
yeah. That's a terrible way to enter the pearly gates.
Yeah.
Seeing yourself like that. Oh God.
Oh, my God,
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
I always, and this actually brings, so, those pocket pussies?
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Fleshlights?
Yeah, the fleshlights.
I got one.
You do?
I'm on my fourth one, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
What are you looking for? A lot of stuff in the dark, or
a friend of mine got it as like a weird, like a mother, wife or somebody got it as like a gift, like,
Okay.
like a practical joke gift or whatever. So I was like, he's like,
Everybody gets it as a practical joke, and that's how it starts. And then you try it, and you go, this ain't no joke.
yeah.
then he's like, you want it? I said, yeah, I'll fucking take that thing.
Wait, used?
No.
Oh no,
It was out of the package. I wouldn't have taken a
hilarious.
used one, bro. Come on.
Oh, okay, all right.
It was literally in the package. I took it out of the box.
Yeah.
And one, it's not bad, but it's also like, it's just like the whole thought of
You feel
doing.
goofy.
Yeah, you feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking, like, God forbid anything happens to me. I can't have this in my room.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you've
know.
talked. Yeah.
So I fucking got rid of it solely for, like, honestly, I probably would have kept it maybe once in a blue moon. Like, fuck it, I'll give it a try.
Give the old flashlight.
But the whole thought of, like, let's say I move or even anything that I forget this thing and my parents walk into this, I'm like, or my brother or anybody,
yeah.
I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is why it's good on a podcast to just say openly, because it's only embarrassing if you're keeping it a secret. If
Well,
I just, if I say
exactly.
to myself, yeah, I got one right there. Like if you find it's like, yeah, no, he talked about it.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't keeping it a secret. He was open about
I
it.
have
You're right.
three different versions of it.
It's, yeah, it's,
Three different versions.
it's so freeing being a public delinquent that you can just be like, yeah, I do a bunch of weird shit. It's
Yeah.
not like that's on you
It's
to not
better,
to think
it's
it's weird.
better.
And those things are cool, but the only thing that I think sucks about them is you have to clean them or else they're really
no,
gross.
it's-
And then
Oh,
cleaning them is like, why am I now my turn jerking off into I have to clean?
Yeah,
Like, I'm
it's
over
a
this.
chore.
That
Yeah.
seems.
That's where it loses me.
So what does it take to clean it? Like, is there
Water? I
You gotta
mean,
run water through it, some
Yeah.
soap through it. Yeah,
Yeah,
just water
and
and
you
soap.
just let it dry out with the
Once you
knives.
finish in it though, like you don't have to. You know, you can.
you're right, but then what the fuck is the point? I feel like.
you know, I feel like
I
I've
mean,
spent
listen, I
most
guess
of my
this-
life pulling out. It's not like much different to me. I
You
haven't-
pull out of your flashlight, huh?
I don't need a little baby flashlight running around.
He's nervous about getting the fleshlight pregnant.
Yeah, not always, but yeah.
He didn't want baby fleshlights.
50-50. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
If I don't feel like going
The
through the whole
cleaning.
thing, then yeah, it's
Yeah,
not worth
that's
it.
the thing. You have to
I
clean
feel like
it.
you still have to clean it. It's still.
Oh, because you gotta grease it up.
Oh, you got to grease
you
it
gotta
up.
put oil in it. Yeah.
I see. I've never. I've been in the presence of a flashlight
They
once.
feel pretty fucking accurate.
But what's in
Yeah.
there?
I mean,
We don't have to look.
I don't want to take yours out and start playing around with it.
Yeah,
but
we don't have to.
it's.
But
I
I don't have any of these things.
I just feel like you should put your dick in one once. Just try it out.
yeah.
What I would be embarrassed about, it was like those half bodies where it's just like,
couldn't
dude,
do that.
like
No,
that,
no,
that I would
That's
not be
just
able-
an ass. And it's like,
No. By the way,
that I would try, but get rid of.
yeah, that you got to get rid of.
that you have to burn. That
I don't
thing,
think. Go. Sorry.
It looks like I've seen videos of them. They look like rubbery. Like they look like.
Yeah.
They move pretty good.
They do move.
They
like-
move like the ideal woman, if I'm being honest
Oh
with you.
my
Yeah.
god.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is they are super realistic, but like I couldn't fuck. I'd feel like I'm fucking a corpse.
Well, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole lifeless body.
my-
Yeah.
As cool as it is in theory that you have tits and all this
First of all, it's not cool.
I said in theory.
In theory, in practice, none of it is cool.
If you
It's
can't
like,
get laid, I
it's
guess
like, hey,
it's-
this guy's a real cool character. He fucks it up. In theory,
Oh
it's
my
cool.
God.
It's
Yeah.
cool. I just feel like it's like a better way to jerk off, but it's too much.
I guess so. But
just
is it
too
worth
much.
it? Is it worth it?
No, it's not.
I don't.
It's not. There's nothing about
The
that. worth it.
flashlight seems nice and easy where it's you got to clean it up, but
Yeah,
Pocket
not the,
pussy.
yeah.
but whatever the hell it's called. I mean, once we put like limbs,
Yeah.
no
yeah, I
thanks.
don't need a limb.
No thanks.
And they're just imagine how heavy it's probably got to be.
Yeah.
Remember like there was like documentaries of the guys that would get the dolls and they come in like a big wooden box and they're,
Yeah.
you know, they look
Real
like
doll. You ever see Lars in the real?
yes, Lars and the real
Girl?
doll.
Real doll.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling, right?
Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Saltburn yet?
Not yet. No.
See, I don't want
it
to talk
good?
about it, but there's a scene in that is fucking filthy gross. Like gross. And now I could watch gore and I've watched so much shit that really doesn't faze me. But this one scene in that movie made me want to throw up. But I don't even want to talk about it because you guys haven't seen it now. I thought you might have.
Listen, if a scene made you almost throw up, I don't want to hear.
But it's
you
kind of
talking
playing
about
in
it,
this
so.
area where it's like sexual in nature and it's fucking gross. And that's kind of like, I don't know. I wish you saw it.
Yeah. Great.
Useless point. But anyway.
So, and then you did you texted us. You were all excited about this. Your big weekend that you had. So you
Well,
went
it's just like the first weekend I actually did shit.
yeah. And then you went to
We went to an escape room with
yeah.
the family from Georgia. So my little cousin, he wanted, I guess,
Oh, so
wanted
that's
to do
why
it.
that's why you didn't get out because people from Georgia were there.
Well, no, not also. But then I found out. Oh, right. That's the second joke that someone said about getting out that I went right over my head. It was you, both of them. But
Everybody's looking at me.
because you're staring right at me.
But
I do because I'm waiting to hear about this
I know.
escape
I
room.
don't know. I don't want to spoil the ending, but the pictures all seem like you failed. Like you didn't get out.
yeah, we didn't. Get
I
out.
didn't even know they had
Ryan's
those.
gonna have to tell the story.
I
at
didn't
the
know
end.
they had those options. Because every time one I've ever seen is like, we
They're
succeeded,
lying.
we
They
got
didn't
out.
get out. Most people don't get out. The
I
room
got
we
out.
did.
I did it once and I got out, but I did nothing. I was like just there.
So we did one with my family once. We got out. We needed a little help, but we got out.
Yeah.
This one, they just give hints. We didn't get any help, like other than the hints that you're allowed. And you get an hour to get out of it. And we did the easiest board that they had, or the easiest room that was in this place. I think the escape rate is like 50%, which is still not great.
Yeah.
So that's the easiest room there.
Interesting.
It's all like brain teaser puzzles.
Yeah.
And like it took us a while to get going. But we had my uncle who was like, look at something, then walk. He was just kind of there to be there.
Yeah.
My nephew, who's 16, he was pretty good. And then my godson, my nephew, he's 8 or 9. So he actually figured out one thing, but we didn't have
Is that why he's your favorite?
he's just my favorite. I don't want to get into that. We'll talk about that another day off air. I hate when everybody brings that up.
You bring it up more than anybody. What are you talking
No,
about?
Yeah. You're like, just between us. And I'm like, yeah, just between us. I said, I'm bringing that up in the podcast.
But we could, so it's all like locks with like, and you gotta but once you figure out like one or two, you could start getting a little mode. We took so long to get going that like by the end, we just didn't get it. But they're a lot of fun. I want to do one to see if B said he wouldn't do it.
I am.
He doesn't like doing anything I bring
No,
up.
I'm claustrophobic. I don't like being stuck in a room.
You're not you're not stuck. If you need to go to the bathroom, you can tell them and they'll let you
All
go
right,
to the bathroom.
I don't know. I have to look at the rules.
I'm not in love with the idea of a escape room. That's not my type of thing, only because I feel like I'm not good at it.
You don't know, you might be.
No, I've tried it before. Like,
Oh, you
like,
have done one. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
did
you
it
said
before.
you guys got out.
Yeah, but like I didn't help at all. Like I was just like I was
Seems like
looking. I was looking for stuff, but other
dumb
people
activity.
were.
I figured out a couple things. The last one, completely useless. This one, I wasn't great, but I figured out a couple things. But we was a poor showing when we got out of there, though.
We should do poker night instead. Do you guys play poker?
I
wanna
love to
learn.
play
Now-
poker.
Now I'm like,
I love cards.
I'm back. I was hooked on poker when it was like it first made its big thing,
Yeah.
and then Christmas Day somebody pulled out a deck of cards, and as soon as I was like,
Let's
We were
go.
playing like blackjack for some family blackjack thing. But as soon as I'm holding the cards, I'm like, I gotta stop playing.
Well,
poker.
let me
I
pitch
love
something to you
cards.
then.
Yeah.
Because me and Chick talked about this because I've become addicted to this online bingo game,
yeah.
Cards.
which I'm paying money. I'm $5 a pop here.
And you
But
got no real say in the turnout.
well, yeah, sometimes I win, but
but that has nothing to do with you. It's
Right.
just you luck out.
exactly.
the
Yeah,
right
there's no
cards.
skill at all in that.
I don't know how to play poker.
All right.
I'm not good with cards in general.
You don't know at all, or you just never. You don't really play it.
I didn't
don't know
grow
the
up
hands.
playing, and I don't like. Listen, I played Uno, but
I'm not
like,
talking about games. I'm talking about cards.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know there's a queen. I know there's a jack. I know there's a
You don't know
king.
hands. Like you don't know what a
No,
straight is,
no,
or
no,
what a flush or anything.
You're jumping.
Wow,
I know nothing.
that's kind of scary to me.
Well, it's kind of scary. It's like I know there's a king. There's like that's
Like
that's.
the fact that you don't know what
Did
at
you ever
least
play
the cards
solitaire?
were is crazy.
I don't know
You ever play
what.
solitaire?
No, I don't know any cards.
You've never seen a deck of cards? Like,
I've seen a deck of cards, but I've seen them.
You
But
know
I,
enough to see that. Oh, you're playing poker. He saw my
yeah,
poker
I know
set.
that that's poker, but I don't know what any of it means.
So you want to film us teaching you how to play poker?
How about that?
Yeah, I love that idea.
You know, we'll do. You guys teach me how to play poker.
Are
And
you
get
a
Neil involved with that,
conservative
'cause Neil
player?
really
and
knows.
get
No.
Neil involved.
Well, Neil really knows poker. Like yeah.
why does he? Why does
He
he
used
really
to run
know?
a room. He used to
Did
run
he?
Yeah,
poker
oh
rooms,
yeah.
Oh,
He's
I didn't
talked
know
about
that.
this on the pod.
I remember half the things that have been talked about on this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love cards.
I'm a pretty concerned. I'm not a big.
See me.
I'm not a
here.
big gambler. I'm pretty like I'm quick to fold. So I shouldn't be saying that. I give away
No,
my-
you play.
Well,
yeah, you
give away
play
my-
well,
the
if you
games.
guys want to set, that's something I would do because it's content, so we could film it and we could do it if
And
you want to do
us
something.
going to an escape room isn't content,
We can't film that.
but we could talk about it.
Well, we just listen to you talk about it, and quite frankly, I'm done.
Well, I took Neil's suggestion for my cheesesteak, and it was good.
Which
but
one was it?
wasn't-
Which did you go to?
Sonny's.
Okay.
It's like in the old town, old city.
Oh, okay.
Last time I was in Philly, I went to one. I just kind of wandered by. I got like 3 cheesesteaks last time I was in Philly. Like just
To try
trying
different
to
ones.
see
Yeah.
which ones I like. And I went to 2 based on reviews, and I was like, not really my thing. And then I went to one I just like stumbled across on South Street, and it was like
Awesome.
I was like, oh my god, and I couldn't wait to go back and get that. And he was like, oh, try Sonny's. I'm like, all right, I'll try another one. But this is my last. I'm saying goodbye to meat for the year. Like I'm not eating meat for the year.
This is it.
Is it going to be hard or no?
I've done it here and there before.
Oh,
Like,
all right. So this isn't your
I'm-
first.
Yeah, I did like a year with like minimal meat, So, but I was really like looking forward to a good Philly
Yeah,
cheesesteak
yeah.
before I give up meat.
Did you
And,
get the other one though?
No, because I had like we were there one day.
Yeah,
and I
that's
was
true.
like, I'm gonna get 2 Philly
Did you
two
stay?
cheesesteaks. in a day.
Did you spend the night there? Or did you go home?
Tuesday night, we went after work Tuesday night, stayed the night, and then just went all day Wednesday, and then
Okay.
came home at night. So
Did you do any historical seeing, like Liberty Bell and shit like that, or no?
didn't see the Liberty Bell.
Okay.
Went to the Rocky statue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you run the steps?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Monique went. She was a big Rocky fan, so she
Was
wanted
she? Oh, that's
Nice.
great. I love Rocky.
So she wanted to do that, and went to like the church, big church down there, St. Philip and Peter's Church or whatever.
All right.
That was
all right.
cool. Yeah, just
What? I wonder. See, I would look into doing that. Maybe try to book a stand-up show for the night
Yeah.
and just go, for a night.
yeah.
I'll do it.
All the funniest people in the world come from Philly.
Philly is the
Who?
spot right now.
My 3 favorite funny people ever come from Philly, or at least
Who, though?
outside Philly. Well, Ron Bennington comes from Philly. Paul F. Tompkins and Todd Glass are like my 3 favorite funny people.
Are you a fan of Todd Barry?
Yeah, I love Todd Barry.
I
yeah.
do too. I think
Yeah.
honestly, I saw him a special of his. I didn't watch it yet, but I just saw it
Yeah,
up
just
there, and I was
on
like, I bet
YouTube?
you. No, it was on like Paramount or something.
Oh, because he's got a new one on YouTube. It's,
Does he?
It's great.
All
yeah.
right, I gotta watch. I like him.
I
like
do.
Todd
I do.
Barry.
I was gonna write. So we got the show coming up, and I'm like, I was gonna do a joke about Todd Barry is the biggest. He does this the most. Like the weak segues, he'll just go. Went to the doctor the other day. Going to the doctor's rough. I've been dating recently. Like
going
it's just
dating.
like
Dating.
they
Yeah.
stop a joke
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like
I love him.
Done,
I like him
done a
too.
lot of traveling recently. Like, just do the joke. No, I can tell you it's like I don't believe you. Like, just do the joke.
Yeah.
And but a lot of comics do that now, where it's just like,
I feel like I
but
probably
not,
do that
just
too.
just
Chappelle
join,
dropped
just
a new
join
special,
dating
too.
site. Yeah,
Your favorite.
special. Fucking,
I didn't.
it's a
Did you
joke.
watch it?
I loved it. I love Chappelle.
I gotta.
I
haven't
watched
watched
10 minutes of it, and I'm like, this.
You
sounds-
actually
this-
gave
this-
it a shot.
Yeah,
I didn't think you were gonna.
No, I'm curious. I'm always curious. Like
All
he
right.
fascinates me. I'm curious to him, but I watch this. Like this sounds like a comic in his first year talking about like handicapped people, like offensive jokes. I'm like, get it? Like
I haven't seen
you're
it.
still doing shock comedy. You're supposed to be this like brilliant comic. You're doing shock comedy, like you're imitating handicapped people. Like you're not elevated past this. It's a joke.
I thought
This
it was
guy, he's
good.
an absolute joke to me. Like, and then you watch Gary Goldman or like these other comics. It's like
Born
these
on
are
third
smart
base.
people. It's like smart jokes, not offending people. Like
Yeah.
he's like including people. Like you don't need to be offensive to be
I
funny.
know you don't need to, but I like him. I think he's hysterical. I thought it
He's
was
got
great.
a place.
He's got a place
He's
with it.
charismatic, and like I still check into him because I'm like, he's. Listen, I love the show, love the Zelly stand up, but it's like,
Do you think
he
all
walks on,
the Netflix specials hurt him?
everybody thinks talking about how he's the best hurt him. He walks on stage like he believes he's the best.
Yeah.
And he's like, he starts off talking all slow about like some of my favorite comics when I came up. I'm like, you're not, be a comic. No, you don't have this like,
it has turned into something else.
yeah. He's like, he walks on stage, like the opening is like it's called The Dreamer. He walks on stage. It's like this like piano music playing like this, like it's a gift to us that he's going to bless us with another hour of him speaking. Like, dude,
You hate him though. Well, not hate him.
I
but
hate his current form.
Yeah, you
I
do.
hate
Yeah, I
what
was
he
gonna
does.
say, you
now.
really do
He
have,
like,
like
he
a-
makes a trans joke. I'm like, you're not tired of this yet? You're not tired of making friends?
But that's
making
kind of
trans
part of the
jokes?
reason for it. Like, I don't know. They won't leave him alone either because,
And then
like, I get it, but I thought his first joke was great.
I was so embarrassed when he was like, "Oh, buckle up, it's gonna be rough." And I'm like, as a comic, you should never be like, "It's gonna, it's gonna."
Oh,
I'm really
God,
gonna,
yeah.
I'm really gonna give it to him. I'm like, just give it to him. If you're gonna give it to him, don't act like you're this. And we were saying this like, I'm gonna do we're doing a show in 2 days. I'm just gonna bomb. But it's like, yeah, I don't get up at all.
You're not gonna bomb. Stop.
It's different though. It's not like you could.
Yeah, I'm criticizing because like I saw like I've done offensive jokes. Like I used to do a joke about a handicapped guy like going through a marathon, and I look back and I'm embarrassed about the jokes. If I was telling those jokes and look back on them, the Dave Chappelle jokes, I'd be like, I can't believe I told that. Like I said those jokes. It's a microphone.
But I don't think they're all. I mean, the trans now, he's got like a thing with them where he's going back and forth with like that whole community.
Yeah.
The handicap one, I don't think was. I think that was more. I don't think that was in bad taste because I don't know.
I'm like I'm not a fan. I don't get
Oh, I
offended
know
by
you're
this
not
stuff. Like, I'm not
offended.
like I can't believe it. I'm just
I-
like
you
you're not
want
like
you expect
don't
more
like,
from him. You don't
yeah,
want.
like,
I get it.
Yeah. And also, I watched 10 minutes. Like I might check more of it. I might. But at
It's
the
not
time,
much different. you know what I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like-
I would like to finish it. Like, I don't want to like form an opinion based on that, but I heard he
I
hits
could
his.
even watch
I heard
him
he, I heard,
talk,
I
though.
heard he hits his leg even more in this one. Like, I didn't know you could possibly do that.
I never really even paid attention to the hitting the leg more. He definitely doesn't do it more in this
Oh,
one.
that does bother
He
me.
does it more in a lot of other ones, in my opinion. He did one where he hit like the table.
And your other buddy does the same thing too. Your other favorite comic,
Who?
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
he took on the same Dave Chappelle.
Oh, he did.
bending over.
Schultz
smacking
isn't
the
one of
leg.
my favorites, but I love Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
One person who I just saw that I loved was Ricky Gervais. His special is
Yeah,
fantastic.
he's good. Yeah,
Schultz, I love Schultz. I'm not saying I don't, but he's not one of my faves. Let's not go carried away.
John
just yet.
Early, Joe Pera.
Hey, Joe Para.
Yeah,
It's my boy.
yeah.
I love Joe Para.
Joe Pera, John Early's HBO special, I thought was hilarious.
I
I
haven't
mean, it's
seen
more
it.
of like he's like sings songs in it, and like he's more.
Oh,
of
the
like
one
a-
that just came out?
came out like 6 months ago. He didn't,
Oh, then
he didn't
I'm thinking
promote it.
something
He
different.
didn't promote it because it was during the strike. He didn't want to promote.
Yeah.
It's more of like it's almost like a Bette Midler-esque show. Like
Okay.
where it's like,
This John Early.
yeah, I think he's hilarious.
I like him and what's her name? Kate
Kate
Berlin.
Berlant.
Yeah.
She's
But I just think some
Fantastic.
people too, though, once you get caught in it, it's hard to see things differently. Like,
you're buying into your own image.
yeah.
Like, and Gary Goldman, he actually in his latest special makes a comment about him being better than Seinfeld, and it's like the most arrogant he's ever been. He's a very like humble guy, like,
Yeah.
But then he's in one joke, he was like, "Let's pretend in a world, where Jerry Seinfeld is a better comic than me." He goes, "Then we'll come back to Earth after that."
How was his special?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
All right, because I'm a big Goldman fan. I would love. Yeah. All right. Well, listen,
Yeah,
we
it was
do have a show.
an impassioned hate.
No, I love passion.
Yeah.
We do.
I don't agree, but
Yeah,
agree
it's
to
fine.
disagree.
Like, listen, and you're like, I definitely comics that I like that you would be like, this is garbage.
Not necessarily. I just think I don't ever say garbage. I think styles sometimes I don't will be.
that
But like
comic
I'll
that-
never. After I try, and this is a completely thing. I'll never bash comics as far as like he's terrible, because
Yeah.
most
And-
of them
and
are
most
good.
comics-
They have their own.
There's like an unwritten rule amongst comics, by the way. You're not supposed to bash them. Like you're supposed to be like,
Oh yeah,
great. Like,
listen, I get
but-
it. But after trying it and seeing how ridiculous it is, like how hard it is, I'll never say anybody's bad. I'll just be like, he's not for me.
Where's
That's what I'll say now, because if they're selling out crowds or whatever they're doing, there's obviously
But
somebody who
that's
loves
what's
it.
great about comedy. There's so many different.
that? Yeah, but
It's
you can
not supposed to be for everybody.
ticket sales and success has no longer a gauge in quality. We
That's not- I don't
we
agree.
passed that
That's
ship. We
very
passed that
true,
ship
yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
The biggest movies. You tell me they're the best movies. Like the
No.
best bands are the best. Like the biggest bands are the best bands. There's no
But the
there's
best movies, ticket sales, or are you talking about spending on doing it?
like. Are you talking like, oh, this guy sold
Shit
out?
movies don't do great.
Like,
in
oh,
theaters.
Kevin Hart sells out. This theater. It's like, okay, he's the best. He's not the best comic. He's just
Because you
people
sell
wanna
out
go
doesn't
see
mean
them.
you're a best comic, but it means you're successful and people enjoy
Yeah, but-
you.
right.
So you're
That's
successful.
I know.
So
But
that's
in-
being
but-
successful.
But from no, I know that, but I'm saying from my point of view, like the art that I like across the board has nothing to do with how big you are. Like I'm not gonna be like,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, you're successful. It doesn't
I
mean
don't
you're
like
good.
someone because of what they're selling out, but if I like someone,
Right, but I guess my point is like I have no interest in how successful you are, or me being successful. Like it's all about
whether I think you're
it's
funny.
about the art. It's about the quality
Yeah.
of the thing that you're doing, and that's there's no correlation between the two.
There
in
is
my-
no
in my
correlation.
opinion.
But people who get big, if you're telling me you're going to make millions of people laugh and you're selling out places, people like you. It's not just
Yeah, no, I'm not.
so.
Of course
But
it
but
is.
my
Yeah.
point is, so there is somewhat of a gauge. Yeah, this person's pretty good if he's selling out because he's got this many people. The whole point of doing comedy is to make people laugh, and if you could sell out the Garden, whether most people enjoy their art or think they're that great or not, there's a crowd out there, so you can't deny that. I guess is what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to tell people not to go see these big comics. I'm just saying I don't like.
You don't
to
have
me
to
that-
like them because you may like. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But
But they're not necessarily like the best comics.
I think
I
the
didn't
last.
I'm not saying that you're
example-
selling out means you're the best. I'm saying it means you're good, whether you like them or not. If you're selling out, that many people are listening to you and laughing, you're pretty good, right?
No, that's nothing. That's the thing. It's not good. It's popular.
You're like-
good to the people that like you, but that has nothing to do with you being actually good. Like you know, make comic like
You go into comedy to one, I guess. Yeah, if you want to
yeah,
write.
right. That's fine, and that's fine.
And how do you gauge if you're good? People laugh. You make people
Right,
laugh.
but I'm talking about from an opinion standpoint.
I understand that.
Like, but you're saying, but good by definition is an opinion. So you're saying like if you're selling out, then you're good. No, you're good to the people that went to go see you because they must
but if
like
that
you.
many
It doesn't
people
mean
are
you're
going
good, though.
to see you, it means you're pretty good.
No, it means you're good to the people that paid to go see you.
But if there's millions of
but you
people
said-
who want to see you, that's some justification. Like that should hold weight.
But
You
but
can't
you're
say
talking about-
somebody's not good at
but-
something if this many people enjoy them doing that thing.
But it's good is a matter of opinion across the board. There's
I understand that, but if that many more people think he's good than not, I'm just saying there's a gauge. Whether you will like it, you don't have to think somebody's good for them to actually be good. That's like it's the exact same thing.
But the word "good" is a personal thing that only one individual can own that word "good."
Yeah, so you can't say somebody's not good because millions of people.
Right,
think
but that's
he's
what I'm
good.
saying.
That's all
I'm saying in my opinion, he's not good. And you're saying, well, you can't say he's not good. I can say he's not good because I think they're
You
not
can,
good.
I used to say I think he's not in my taste.
Right.
It's hard to say somebody's not good
and
when they're
that-
a
and that's a-
professional
that's a-
making a living off of it.
That's a matter of semantics, yeah. And I always would say, like at the end of the year, people would do like their year-end wrap-ups of like the best 10 albums of the year. I wanted to add a caveat there of like these are the 10 best albums to me that I heard because like you didn't hear every album,
100%,
and
yeah.
it's only your opinion. So
You're right. It's all taste. But
Yeah.
well, my point is, you're not seeing a shitty comic sell out, and I mean shitty. I'm not just talking about not somebody you
you
don't
are.
like.
Yeah, of course you are.
No,
You don't think Jeff Dunham sells out everywhere he goes? He's a fucking awful comic.
He's got a puppet.
but
like that-
it's
that-
his
Love a
thing.
puppet.
He's like,
By the way, if Jeff wants me to open for him, I'll do it, man. All these
and
people.
this is where
Yeah.
I'm saying it. And this is, I guess, where, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but to me, something not being for you and you not thinking it's good, if he's doing it and he's that successful with people like that's the point you do it, is to make people
Of course,
laugh.
yeah, that's great. And
So if you're selling out, whether we think he's good, doesn't really, like you said, it doesn't hold any weight. He's obviously pretty good because there's a wider range of
you
people
keep
who
saying
enjoy him.
he's obviously pretty good though, but
Yeah,
that's
I think just
that's to the people.
because I think saying he's good is not really a taste. I think saying he's not my taste or he's not for me, I don't like him, is more of the correct way
Right,
of
but
saying
but
it.
you're trying
than-
to tell me that somebody's good,
yeah,
And it's
I'm
not
saying
but my
good to
opinion-
me is
but-
good. Like if you're
Right,
successful,
and you're
you're
saying
good.
he's not my taste. So
Yes.
another way of saying not my taste is, in my opinion, not very good.
And I disagree. Yeah, and I disagree
That's
with
the same
good is
sentence.
good, and I don't agree that good is necessarily an objective. Like, oh, if he's like, if you're
Yeah.
good, you're good.
I think the last comic to blow up that I thought was, good, was Louis C.K. It's controversial to say,
Yeah.
but like he was actually like, okay, yeah, he's doing interesting comedy. He's not a hack. Like I like Sebastian Maniscalco, but like as I'm watching
not good.
as I'm watching him, I'm like, this guy's a bit of a hack, but I like him. You know what I mean? So,
but how you gonna see? And like, he's going like. So what do you? When a lot of people tell me, you do what you know in your life. Like you talk about your life as a comic. So what's hacky if you're an Italian and your family stereotypes
I think it's
deriving most of your comedy from that?
Yeah, I just think his over act outs are unnecessary. And it's like,
father.
yeah, it's just like he leans on the accent. It's like it's not genuine. That's not really him. He's playing a character. And like
Everybody's
anytime-
playing a character to an extent on stage. There's not
a little
one
bit.
person
Louis C-
that's not.
Louis C.K. is like
playing a
his
character
whole
a
thing
little
was
bit.
like, yeah, of course he is.
It's a
but
little bit.
it's
Everybody's
like-
playing a
it's-
little.
right? But it's like not even.
I'm not
human-
saying Sebastian and Louis C.K. are the two perfect people to compare with that. But everybody, I don't care who you are, how good you are, you're all acting a little. There's not one.
Yeah,
I've
you're
seen my
but
best
you're
friends who are,
exaggerating your real life.
you're acting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm? You're acting. You're exaggerating. There's
feel like-
stories that he tells in jokes that you know
Well,
them
but yeah,
and they're
but-
not
but-
true and they're exaggerated.
Which one is not true? Find one.
You don't exaggerate any of your jokes.
You
don't
should-
exaggerate any of them.
I should exaggerate.
But there's a difference between
Stop
exaggerating a joke or writing a false story and acting like you're somebody you're not. I go like anytime I've ever been on stage, like my whole point is like I want to be as me as possible, talking into a microphone, like you're hanging out with me. Like,
Yeah.
so it's not like I'm not acting like I'm somebody else, but I
That is
might,
the
but, I,
goal,
but,
yeah.
I tell a story that might not be true. It doesn't mean I'm acting like somebody else.
But
All
how
my
do you-
tr-
like,
all
I
my
also,
stories are
I
true,
never
by
met
the way.
Sebastian Maniscalco to
Sebastian.
know how he is in real life.
Well, first
we
of all,
could all view and say they're
his
not
pod-
really like
I
that.
watch his podcast every week, and he
But
doesn't.
on my podcast and meet me and like I'm just saying, there's some people are still a little different when you meet them, and
but
they might
you-
be
you-
pretty accurate.
you could never. Nobody ever walks around like Sebastian Maniscalco does on stage in real life. That person doesn't exist.
Fair enough, I guess.
I'm defending. Like I'm saying,
No, I
like
get it.
I think he's great.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I thought his last special wasn't very good, but like everything before that, I think he's great.
I mean, he's not even one of. I love Sebastian Maniscalco. He's not even one of my
I'm just
favorites
saying-
either.
We're just talking
though.
about like people that
Yeah.
sell like you know what, Nate Bargatze. I forgot about Nate Bargatze selling out like maybe the biggest touring comic today. I love him. I think he's
Hosting
there's nobody.
SNL. Look at
I think
that
he's
guy.
nobody better working now than Nate Bargatze. So yeah, it's possible, sure. Yeah.
I get the and it's like such. I think the point we're missing is like you look at good as like it's object like
Yeah.
whatever if I say it's not good because it's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like this all boils down to when we all shit on him because of Andrew Schultz.
Has nothing to do with that.
It's just like you're
because I think people throw around the
He's
word.
so-
I think people throw around shitting on certain people that they're not into, and because you're not into someone and you don't like them, doesn't take away from their success and talent
Yeah, and I'm far
well, you
past
can't
that.
take away from their success
or
but
talent. I mean,
Yeah.
most
No, but you can't-
untalented people don't get successful.
you need talent. But I mean,
Could any comic you know do what? I don't know. Name a shitty comic who's selling out right now.
in 20 years, yeah.
No, I'm sorry. There's a bunch of your friends who are awful comics.
No, I'm
who
not-
will never hit that point because they're that bad.
I'm not talking about
But
the
there's
people
a-
that you
there's
know.
like a huge gap between.
But you're saying good and bad. To me, when you say somebody's not good, you're putting them in that category. So that's why I
Yeah,
lose you.
they're better than. But there's also comics who are not doing anything.
There's professionals who are Hall of Famers.
Listen,
and the
comedy's
worst guy in
subjective. I want to get booked.
the
And
worst-
the Knicks are on.
the
Can we
worst-
wrap this up?
the worst player in the NBA is still a great basketball player.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
comparison, you watch him on certain teams, like this guy's fucking awful.
Right. But
You
I
even
think
watch good guys on your team and say this guy's awful.
When we bring it back to Dave Chappelle, I'm like, the comic he should be now is not good compared to what he is doing.
I think now he's almost reverted back to like he's done whatever he's wanted to, and now he just doesn't give a fuck. And if he wants to piss, like I almost feel like he's just doing it because he don't care.
You know what I love about Nate Bargatze? He was good when nobody knew who he was, and he's just as good now that he's selling
And
out
everybody.
theaters.
Well,
Like,
and
it's-
still not a lot of people know who he is. Enough people do, but it's like I don't know.
Like,
There's
he's-
still a lot of
When you
people
say
that
the
not a
same-
lot, he's selling
his-
out on tour. What does that mean?
there's still, but I feel like he's
Yeah, but
still.
you could definitely go to the deli right now and be like, "Do you like Nate Bargatze?" And somebody's gonna be like, "I don't
understand
know who
that.
that
People are
is."
gonna be like, I
There's-
know Kevin Hart. I don't know Nate
Yeah.
Bargatze.
You're right. Just because
Wait,
someone's a
and he
more
does sell
popular
out.
name doesn't mean it's not. I mean, if you're selling out, people know you.
Right.
Yeah,
It may not be more mainstream.
yeah.
Like there are tiers to it, but
Like he does the same comedy that he did when he was working.
you're
in
not going to talk
comedy
to a
club.
comic or someone who's somewhat interested in comedy who doesn't know who Nate Bargatze is.
No, that's
No.
a different pool.
But you could
Yeah.
talk to somebody who's not really
Because
interested
Kevin
in
Hart
comedy
is
and
also
know
doing
those other
movies
guys.
and, you know, he's
Yeah,
not
so-
just a
The only
comic
thing,
now.
the only thing
They're
Kevin Hart does
selling
now
out.
is commercials. So
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the other thing, though. That's why he's known. He's so popular. He's commercials,
Well, that-
movies.
there's some documentary on Netflix. Him and Chris Rock's. Like,
That
they
was
did a
awesome.
Tour. Yeah,
That was good.
Because
yeah.
it's not really, you're not watching there. I mean, if you hate their comedy, you're at least not watching it.
I also, by the way, I used
I'm
to
not
li- I
saying
used
you
to-
hate them. I'm
No, I
saying
used
for
to like
anybody.
I used to like Kevin Hart. I used to think he was great. I think he was a great stand up, and I just haven't.
I never really. I gotta watch some of Kevin Hart.
His early, like his Comedy Central half hour, I thought was great, but it was just like him being the same goofy guy that he is in the movies. You know,
I mean, that's probably just him, though.
yeah, I think he's just like a
Kevin Hart
naturally-
is one person I feel like he probably is what he is.
He's the guy that
Yeah.
you can never accuse him of stealing somebody. You can never steal his jokes because on paper, like nothing he does is funny. but
Yeah, it's
he
not.
just sells it so
He's
well. That
selling
Yeah.
it.
he's
100%.
funny. Nothing he says is funny. He's funny.
Exactly. He's not coming with these clever jokes. He's a fucking funny guy.
Yeah,
That I agree 100% with. What, you don't think you hate him
he just wants to
altogether?
leave.
I'm done. No, I agree. I think I agree to everybody, and yeah,
He
See, when
agrees with
Bean is
everybody.
not happy, wants to tank the rest of the episode, does not bring anything. We haven't even been recording for like an hour and 10 minutes, I think we've been doing.
Yeah, it's good. enough.
you wanted to do a 40-minute episode. Don't
Yeah,
talk
but
to
once
me.
I get going, I'm not going to tank the episode because I want to watch the next.
This is
I'm
not
engaged.
tanking the episode. You
Yes, it is.
insane.
I don't mean tanking it, but when you
are
go
you
to you and you
talking
bring
about?
nothing to the table to talk. When B checks out, you can't even engage in
I
anything.
have no. I
He doesn't
don't.
wanna-
I'm not talking about comedy. I
He doesn't
don't
wanna-
care. All
he
right. I
doesn't
mean,
You're talking about, the Grizzly pair, he'd be all over it.
no, I wouldn't. I'm not talking
I'm
about
just
that either.
saying, bro.
I'm
You
leaving-
know it. He knows it.
No, he does. You can't as like a comic who
I
wants to
don't
get booked.
want. I don't want.
You can't talk shit about anybody, even if like they're not on.
Oh,
like
and I get
Yeah.
that. I think our biggest disagreement is not even about the people. It's more just the word good. This is where we really miss.
We're arguing about semantics.
Yeah, it's true. We really
semantics.
are. But that was fun.
Okay.
You guys
good?
want to continue? I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
No,
to
we
stop
got the
the
Nick
fun.
game on right now, so
Yeah.
we'll end it up.
I've said everything I need to say.
Um,
Plus some stuff I didn't even need to say.
Do we have anything else you guys want to talk about?
No. Chick showing off his Christmas gift on his shirt.
No, I was actually going to get off, so
You
I
getting
got
good?
this new hoodie for Christmas. It's like one of the
Oh,
only.
look
We
at
didn't really
that.
do gifts this year, but this is one of this and my Dale shoes.
I love the Daler
But
shoes.
it's so like lined that
Yeah,
when I'm indoors, I sweat.
Yeah.
yeah.
So as much as I would
that
love,
T-shirt a gift too, wasn't it?
this is from my cousin. My cousin every year gets me a rap shirt, a rapper of some sort.
Yeah.
And what about you making the big time this past week on Instagram? Which
Oh.
Ryan got you a gift.
It's like Griselda.
Oh wow!
I'm sorry to God, he had all this stuff he wanted to talk
Because
about
I
on the
did,
way
and
here.
now you kind of kiboshed me. You like, I gotta go. The Knicks are on.
I was kiboshing
So,
that whole thing.
Ryan gave me, as we all on last episode, he gave me the very thoughtful
fucking idiot.
Benny the Butcher picture in a frame. Happened to be at a show I was at, so I sent the picture to my friend, who he knows them, and he posted. He sent, I think, Benny the Butcher a clip of our
He tagged him in a post.
and he
I
tagged
think.
him, but he said
Yeah.
I think he sent it to him like just to show him anyway. But he tagged him in his fan page of he clipped our that gift giving and my reaction.
So we were all on Benny the Butcher's Instagram
Yeah.
story.
So we
How
were
about
on
that?
the Griselda fan
Griselda.
page website, Instagram post, and then Benny the Butcher actually shared it.
I don't
Yeah.
care about the fan
Made
page.
my
I
day.
care about the
Normally,
Benny.
you know me, I'm not really, that was a great feel. I was like, oh, that's fucking. I woke up feeling good about that.
I know it made his day, and
Yeah.
I have to
That's
like
cool.
drag it out. You forgot about it.
Because you just shit all over our stories. I didn't want to bring. I wasn't thinking anything
What
else.
did I
to talk
shit
about.
all over?
Just the length of the episode.
And everyone.
No.
It's
No,
obvious when you
No,
check
stop,
out.
Stop.
He was checking out because of the conversation. He
It-
didn't
the
want- he didn't wanna-
conversation-
he didn't wanna
What that
contribute.
bothers me is that he can't like. if there's a conversation you two are
No,
having,
now you look
that
at me.
I'm not
Hey, you look at
no,
me.
I'm gonna look at Ryan because I'm telling. If there's a conversation you two are having that I am maybe not into or whatever, I'm not gonna sit there when you come to me like, "Ugh," and just like give us nothing.
It was not between me. It was we had already stopped it, and you said not to beat a dead horse, and we went on another 15 minutes. It was more of like, all right, we get it. We got both sides. We're not going anywhere here. Let's move on. You have a lot of stuff that happened this past week. We're gonna talk about this.
You can't stop me on a debate with debate.
Yeah, it is like it's one of my least favorite things about listening to the show, and two people keep saying the same thing over and over.
It was
again.
just going on.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
I
all I'm
get
saying.
it.
It's just like when you have something like it's so black and white, and the other person is not seeing it the way you're seeing it. You're just so desperate for them to just say,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, that's
And
right.
see what
You're
you
right."
did. See what you did. You said so desperate. He's not seeing it the way, he's not seeing it the way you're
I
seeing
am
it.
seeing that he thinks he's dead.
I'm
right,
just
and
kidding.
I'm
We're not
seeing
getting
his
back
black
into
and
this.
white, but I
But
get
you
it.
understand that you're wrong, though, right? And by the way, every one of Benny the Butcher's followers was looking through his stories and go, "Who the fuck are
Fuck
these
is
guys?"
this? Yes, that's right.
And then immediately
Right
skip,
next,
to the next story.
I'm not gonna lie. I slid in his DMs and wrote thank you. I just put TY.
Did he write back?
Of course not. I don't even think he's seen it.
Yeah, we would have heard about that.
Oh, if he would have wrote back, I was like, boys, I'm talking to
He would have
Benny.
remembered that.
We're best friends.
Yeah. Did people follow us? Did the Butcher community follow us?
Well, here's the
got
thing. If we got any
residual
follows, the
followers.
moment they turn in and hear our intro, they're like, all right, we're out.
Yeah.
They're looking for probably rap something related.
That's
and
true.
It's a baby crying.
That's true.
Have we thought about a new intro? Like, I want to make a rap intro, rap beat, hip hop.
It's 2024.
Listen.
We're open to anything.
We're
new.
so far removed from the beginning now that I'm thinking if we're ever going to change it, now's the time.
I just keep seeing Instagram keeps sending me these drum beats, like drum loops, and it's like just them alone is like the best beats. Like,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I could just download these loops and then just put one loop in as the intro, and it's already the.
My other thing is I would like to just get our voices on the intro.
Yeah.
We're not at the T-Bridge Studios. Like,
Let's redo it.
it was cool and it was nice. We got to keep him involved after, but now
Yeah.
it's like it is time.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's get rid of that turquoise because it's been
We're
bothering
Turquoise, new intro song, new intro vocals,
Listen, we are a growing
different font.
podcast.
different fonts.
He doesn't like the font. We're
2024, we're coming correct.
yeah. Yes. Well, I feel like we came correct in 2023. We really upped our game thanks to Ryan.
And now we fine tune it.
now we fine tune it.
Yeah,
We had
All
the
right.
bells and whistles.
yeah. So we were talking about the pièce de résistance, the word. So Monica and I went down to Robin Moses, and we were talking about that big like pencil.
Yeah.
So she was like looking it up, and it was like this designer's pièce de résistance, and it's like his greatest accomplishment. And I was like, I wonder what my pièce de résistance would be. And I'm like, I think it would probably be his Chick's NBA video.
Oh, that was
I think
great.
like all the photos I've taken, all the videos, all the stand up. I think that's the
It was
that's
a
my biggest-
highlight of the
That's
past
my
year.
biggest piece of art that I've ever
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Do you guys have any highlights from the past year that you remember? So that was one of yours, I would say, right?
Making that, yeah.
Making
you know,
the chick meme.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm happy about with this year, I don't know if I could think of anything else that I'm missing because it's been a pretty shitty year. I feel like is you coming on and the podcast, I feel like took a giant leap up.
Yeah.
And meeting you and just this whole development.
Yeah.
Yeah,
appreciate
just
that.
clips alone,
Well,
like-
that's that's a sore spot for me because I haven't put out clubs a lot, and I feel
sorry, I didn't even
Well,
realize.
he was, and then he just listen.
it's
You're
just
busy.
a matter. It's just a matter of finding the clips. Like that's why I always tell you guys if there's a clip you guys want, like
Listen,
if you just
we
tell me a
can't
time.
put everything on you either. It's not
No,
just your
no,
fault.
you're right.
But if you just give me a time frame, I could make that. I could. It's
Maybe.
the-
Well, you know what? I'll try to be better with.
if you guys ever listen back and just be like, hey, minute 23
This
to
is
20,
a tripod.
25.
We all got to. We can't stand without.
Yeah, just be like minute 23 to 25.
because I
Make,
think
make a
Ryan,
clip.
I think it's good. I think we're fine with like one clip an
Yeah,
episode.
that's fine. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that.
It's just-
Because we don't need to kill you either with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, chopping up every episode
Yeah.
to like 30
If we
clips.
get one small little sneak peek into the episode, I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
We don't have to go nuts.
or 5 or 6, whatever whatever you want.
Or 17.
Well, winter's coming, so
Or
I'll
we could
be,
just clip the whole entire movie, the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great, and yeah. I
And
don't-
Happy New Year, everybody. We hope you had a happy and healthy.
another year. Listen, and
And I'm extra grateful for being alive now.
I was just about to say, to being alive.
Yeah, I had a death. It makes you see how
It does.
quick life can just be.
We had a few deaths in the
Yeah,
the
this is a
family
rough year.
this past year. You know, friends of the podcast, friends of us, and everything, and it's
Hug your loved ones. You never know when they won't be here. Honestly, healthy one day, gone the next. So
yeah, and that's
enjoy your
That's
life.
why
while
you
you're
celebrate the new year. It's like, all right, we made it through the year. I don't even know what I was listening to today, but somebody talking about like, why do we even celebrate another year? We're getting older. It's because we celebrate getting out of another year. Like we made it through another year.
And
A lot of people didn't.
I almost just real quick. It makes me want to appreciate. I'm like an anti-birthday person, and it almost makes me want to be like, you know what? I should start celebrating every year that I am here.
Oh yeah.
Like you never know when it's
He
gone.
already invited me to an escape room for his birthday this year.
But I
so-
figured the only way I can get him to come is it's for my birthday.
guilt's man with a birthday treat. Yeah.
I'll come out for your birthday, but yeah. If you
To an
want to do
escape room.
all right. If I have to do an escape room,
Nah, well, I don't even want. I mean, I almost fell right back into the. I don't want to do anything for my birthday.
Well, doing something for your birthday and celebrating it, you can.
I want to celebrate with the people who mean something. Like not. I don't
you
want.
can
I
just,
don't
like-
want one of those useless celebrations where
There's
it's
a
like
big one this year,
everybody.
right?
Yeah, but I want it.
Nah,
big,
we'll do
big
something.
number, tight crew.
we'll do
Never
something
take
nice
crew.
though. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
February 1st.
Yeah.
Less than a month. Big
Right.
4-0.
Isn't that Groundhog's Day?
second?
Oh, okay. Groundhog's Day Eve.
But Happy New Year, and
Happy New Year.
it's been great.
Yeah.
look
Thanks
forward to
again, guys,
another
for
year.
another
Made it
year.
this far.
I can't wait for a full year with you. We got a full year with
This
you.
is our
forward to
first
it,
full
too.
year with you.
Yeah. So buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
More clips to come, I promise.
All right, guys. If you made it this far, we appreciate you.
Bye.